Jacksonville, what's going on? It's your boy Ruben. New week, new video. I know it's been a couple days. I wanted to do this on Monday, but if you follow me, those of you guys already know I'm also a Cowboy fan, and that took me a couple of days to wrap my mind around. So before I can even give you guys any kind of energy when it came to the Jacksonville Jaguars that I am thoroughly proud of. But I was just as proud as I was for the Jags. I was 10 times more disappointed at the Cowboys and the way they lost. And if you give a damn, I'm putting a Cowboys video up. Check that out. I'm dropping it the same day I'm dropping the Jags video. So anyway, that's all the time I'm gonna spend on that because I want to talk about how proud of the Jaguars I am. At the beginning of the season, I predicted that the team could win anywhere between 7 to 9 games. I said they would top out at 9 games. They hit the 9-8 mark, finishing the season, I believe, on a 5-game winning streak, 4 or 5 game winning streak. They won several of their last 7 or 8. The second half of the season, they definitely owned, and gave me all I can ask for, which was to be competitive at the end of the season. Never in my wildest dreams did I think that they would actually sneak into the playoffs with the 9-win record, but they did, thanks to a few things. The Colts' utter ineptitude in understanding what it takes to coach a particular team and not having their team prepared, because the Colts were a team that have a roster that if they have just decent quarterback play, there's no reason they shouldn't be in a playoff position. The Titans, it's something that I kind of thought could eventually happen once Derrick Henry his skills tend to erode as he's getting up there in mileage. But Derrick Henry had an outstanding season, and they suffered some losses in terms of injuries. And ultimately, they couldn't figure out what to do at quarterback. Once they made the move to draft Malik Willis, it kind of felt like the writing was on the wall, and we could see that the Titans' transition was coming. So all of that happened, right? All that disarray, the Texans are the Texans, happened to the other teams. And you combine that with the fact that the Jaguars are finally building something, right? So while these other teams are trying to figure their way and this and that, we're the team that I feel like for the next decade are going to be a model of consistency because A, we have the quarterback. B, we have so much talent that we've already assembled, and that we're a team that you just saw us in the playoffs, and we have holes that are relatively, I don't want to say easy, but shouldn't be too difficult to figure out. Okay. We have pass rushers. We have run stuffers. We could use some more interior rush help, just in general, interior linemen to kind of, help spruce things up on the pass rush and run stopping front. But those are guys that are the harder positions to find are pass rush, good secondary help. We have some of those things. We have Josh Allen, Trayvon Walker. I hear some of y'all complaining about them, but you got to understand Trayvon Walker's young. We knew he was going to be a project. And Josh Allen, wow, he hasn't hit the numbers I've kind of expected him to hit at this point. I still believe he's a dominant pass rusher. And one complaint, I am thoroughly annoyed at the amount of times I see him in coverage. I think at times we've tried to get a little too cute with our scheme being a 3-4 system. And I actually think this team would benefit a lot with going back to a 4-3. We have the linebackers for it. Foye, Chad Muma, Devin Lloyd. You can figure out which one you want in the middle, which one you want on the strong side, which one you can play on the weak side. I believe Foye can either stay in the middle or play the weak side. And I think the linebackers will benefit that much more. When you play the kind of attacking scheme that we play, I think it's a reason why the linebacker play left a lot to be desired, because I think our system is a little too complicated to learn because they play an attacking style of defense. Think Devin White and Levante David. Those guys blitz a lot. They drop back a lot. They play man a lot. And it's, I'm pretty sure for a young guy, their heads were spinning. So I expect that, to improve with another season under their belt. I doubt that they fire Mike McCoy, even though, I feel like we should go to a 4-3, but they're not going to care what I care about. So as long as, I'm willing to go through it another year, as long as they're able to get those interior D linemen, get a safety that can cover. I love Rayshawn Jenkins, but the man can't cover. And he was a fish out of water trying to cover Travis Kelce. And I know a lot of people can say, well, who can cover Travis Kelce? Yeah, but there's some people that can make it at least more difficult than that. And I really think we need another corner, particularly a young stud that maybe we can get out of the draft. I know a lot of people are big on Joey Porter Jr. I like lineage in the NFL, especially if you're a top prospect. I need to see more from him. I haven't really gotten into the off season of breaking down prospects and things like that and let you know what I think. But I've seen Penn State play a couple times, and I I I haven't been that impressed. Like, I don't think he's bad or anything like that, I never watched the Penn State game and thought, wow, that dude is a stud. But again, I only saw a few Penn State games, so I got to break down some film and see what everybody else is talking about. But ultimately, guys, just as I predicted, we went into Kansas City and lost the game. What's disheartening about that was Patrick Mahomes beat us essentially on one leg. We let Chad Henne drive 98 yards downfield to score a touchdown, which was another situation we could have taken advantage of. And our youth really showed in this game. Christian Kirk, and I go back and forth with one of my doofus friends. I think Christian Kirk is one of the better wide receivers in the league, but that drop he had was huge. It was huge. There's no telling where we would be, how we're looking at the team if he catches that and houses it. There were just key drops in key situations. The Jamal Agnew fumble, it was just every time we tried to fight, the harder we tried to fight, the more it just kind of blew up in our face. And it's to be expected with a young team. I didn't expect to win against Kansas City, but the fact that we lost with so many errors and we had a chance to be in the game at the end of the game is something I think to be optimistic about. And if you're not proud of them, then you had way too high expectations. I expect good things. I can't wait to see what we do in the offseason. We have some key free agent decisions to make. We have such as, not just who to sign, but who to cut. I know Shaq Griffin is the hot name to cut, and I can't see how we keep him, especially at his salary cap number. I'm not as off him as a lot of people are. I mean, I do agree that he has been trash. But let him tell it. He's been injured, and I honestly think he's better than what he's shown. And I do wonder, if he would have made a difference in the game in Kansas City. I know that Darius Williams moving to the outside helped steady some things, but having three good corners would have been interesting to see. Could he have covered Travis Kelce? Who knows? Probably not, but could he have done a better job than Trey Herndon ultimately? And I love Herndon. He's been here a while, but he's not a good corner. So, those are just kind of my thoughts. I wanted to see us hang around, and we did. I can't wait to see what we do in the off season. And that's it. That's all I got, man. I can't wait to. I'm ready for next year already, guys. It sucks that it ended like that. Like it's like a bad cliffhanger. But they definitely left me wanting more. Let me know what you guys think. Remember to like, subscribe, share, blast this video, and go Jags. Be proud, guys. Peace.